The following program contains material that is not suitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the Community Media Center Marin, it's marINSANITY.
Is this thing on? Hey guys, I'm Natasha Vinnick. You're watching marINSANITY. Yeah! Awesome. You guys from Marin? Yeah, cool. Marin's a cool place. You guys remember Oasis? The band? Do you remember the band Oasis? Yeah, okay. We're done with that, you guys. Easter and Passover happened recently. You guys yeah. And I was thinking that I Easter, like, kids are finding the eggs, right, that their parents hid. And Passover, the kids are finding the matzah that their parents hid. And my mom is Catholic from Peru. My father is Jewish South African. So I just figured my parents were lying to me all the time. They were. My mom's from Peru, and she worries like any Latina mother does, which is a ton, in the most blunt ways. So I'll walk in the house, and she'll say, "Natasha, what's wrong with your face?" Like a fucking YouTube comment. "Natasha, what's wrong with your face?" And I'm like, you fucked a guy 28 years ago? You did this, Mom, not me. Oh, Natasha. Recently I asked her, because, as an entertainer, you think about becoming an actor. And if you're trying to become an actor, you have to think about what your type would be, like what your role would be, what you fit. And so, I asked my mom, what would my type be? Obviously, I'm not the lead, but like maybe I'm the fun, quirky friend, or like the annoying, quirky friend. And I asked my mom, what would my type be? And she says, Holocaust girl. Holocaust girl. And I'm like, are you talking about a specific girl in the Holocaust? Are you talking about Anne Frank? Are you saying I'd be Anne Frank? And she says, no, just any girl in the Holocaust. And I'm like, that's not a type. That's definitely not a type. And so I press further. And I'm like, give me a real type. And she says, fine. Sexy, druggy, alcoholic. Which is accurate and redundant. Yep. They're very close. They are. I could tell from both of those, like, okay, my mom thinks I'm malnourished. Definitely. But then I thought for a while, and I was like, sexy, druggy, alcoholic. Holocaust girl. Sexy, druggy, alcoholic. And that's when I remembered my mom always confuses Anne Frank for Amy Winehouse. Which is insane, right? Because one of them lasted twice as long as the other. Is it too soon? For which one? For which one? My friend was texting me the other day about how she was PMSing, and she saw a picture of puppies, and she started crying. And then a few weeks later, I started PMSing at work, and I turned to my friend Todd because there were tears in my eyes, and he's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I'm just thinking about the Holocaust." And he was like, "That's a weird thing to say at work." And I'm like, fair, it is. But like I can't help but think that they're like kids who don't know what it is. I was talking to a kid about the Holocaust the other day, and he was like, Hogwarts? And I was like, no. But I have to give him credit. There are some similarities. Long train ride. Unusual shower situations, experiments gone awry, people disappearing without reason, man in charge with very purposeful facial hair, sorting system. I'm just saying, maybe the kids aren't wrong. So I told all of this to Todd, my coworker, and he's like, I didn't need to hear any of that. But I'm like, I'm really worried because the people who were living at that time, like, they're all gonna pass away at some point. We're gonna lose stories, and that makes me really sad. I don't like that. And he's like, don't worry, Natasha, like, we'll have movies, we'll have films, we'll be able to like preserve those stories. And I was like, you're right, Todd. I'll have my time. I'll be Holocaust girl. He was very confused because he wasn't part of that conversation either. Todd. Poor Todd. All right, you guys, you've been great. And tonight we have some really funny comics for you. Our first comic you have tonight is a comedy multitasker. When he's not doing stand-up, he might be hosting a show. And when he's not doing that, you may find him performing with an improv group. Put your hands together for Brian Lucette.
Hey, everybody. So, have you guys ever tried Four Loko? This looks like a Four Loko crowd. Yeah? How many of you have tried Four Loko? By round of applause. That stuff's for crazy, am I right? Bringing the heat all night tonight. Oh, boy. So, it's a pleasure to be on marINSANITY. This isn't the first time I've been on TV. I recently got kicked off a reality show. They got a bunch of sober comics together in a house. The show is called Dry Humor. I got kicked off for obvious reasons, because I'm not funny. My girlfriend tells me I look a little like Robin Williams from the waist down. I have to remind her that he played Peter Pan, not Captain Hook, in that movie. Hook. Sorry, I know Robin Williams is a hometown hero here, but just remember that joke is not about Robin Williams. It's about how much I hate my junk. Is right. Yeah, I know. I don't appear to be the guy who hates his junk, but let me tell you, I do. So, relationships are weird, right? Am I right? No. I tried Tinder for a while because I heard you find love in unexpected places. And I never expected to meet my match while I was taking a shit. I've just been swiping and wiping. How many of you have been in long-distance relationships? Actually, give me a round of applause if you haven't been in a long-distance relationship. Yeah, that gets a better applause. And I like applause. But long-distance relationships are really hard. You have to take a bunch of selfies. Thank you. Thank you. I think that concludes the relationship portion of my set. I'm going to talk about my family now. I don't have any living great-grandparents. I've just got 2 mediocre grandparents that are alive. Take that, Walter. Facebook notified me today that my privacy has been breached. My mom liked a bunch of photos on my on my Facebook. It was horrible. That's all I want to say about my family. Now on to politics. I live in San Francisco, and living in the city, you see all kinds of bias, and I'm fed up. I see some nodding heads. You guys get it. I'm tired. I'm ready to admit that pigeons are the same as doves. It's time I think everybody gets on that train because they're the same. I'm tired of doves being overrepresented in the magician field. At my sister's wedding, I unleashed a flock of pigeons, and my mom's like, "You can't unleash those birds." And I was like, "What do you mean, those birds?" A couple years ago, money was tight, but I'm a stickler for tradition. So instead of an advent calendar, I ate my girlfriend's birth control pills. What I'm trying to say is I miss Obama. Yeah. I do. I really, really do. They don't tell you that these studio lights are going to be so hot. Did I already say the thing about Four Loko? Oh, okay. I used to write my jokes down on napkins, but I'd have to rewrite it every show. So instead, I started using my phone as a napkin. It's pretty slick. I know. I've got some other hot tips for you. If you set your clocks 5 minutes fast, you'll get really good at subtraction. You should also be careful around bottomless mimosas. If you knock one over, it's dangerous. indicator. Oh. I have a lot of dreams. You could probably tell by looking at me that I'm a dreamer. I hope to open a grocery store one day that only sells organic maraschino cherries and whipped cream. I'm going to call it Ho Foods. Ho! Yeah. One applause. Yes. Oh. Well, I work with kids. I'm a middle school teacher, and so I don't approve of kids doing drugs. But drugs are a great way to learn the metric system, so I do approve of them selling drugs. Just trying to get them those 21st century skills. It's the only job that AI is not going to take. Am I right? Yeah, I think so. Thank you. Thanks for affirming me. That's what this is all about. Better get back to my napkin. Did you guys get Bill Nye's new album? Bill Nye, the science guy? Did you get his new album? I thought it was pretty experimental. I liked it better than Stephen Hawking's album. I thought he overused the auto-tune. Yeah, rest in peace. I used to watch a lot of TV. My favorite show was on the History Channel. It was called World War II in HD. It's just like finally, I could see all that black and white footage the way it was meant to be seen in HD. Do you guys ever wish the M. Night Shyamalan twist was that his movie was good? Okay, some of you. Like, I'm an awkward person. I get it. I'm very awkward. That's why I do an Irish hello often. It's kind of like an Irish goodbye. You know an Irish goodbye where you leave a party without saying goodbye to anybody? But I do an Irish hello where you may or may not invite me to your party, but around 11 p.m. you'll see me just over there in the kitchen or on your carpet cleaning up a spilled Four Loko with my phone that I'm using as a napkin. And then I'll take too long to say goodbye. By that time, I'm really well greased and just ready to talk. So anyway, that's my time. So it's been a pleasure being here at MarINSANITY, Marin Public TV. I didn't even know this TV show existed. Thank you to Natasha Vinnick. Let's give a round of applause to Natasha Vinnick, our host. Natasha's coming out. Natasha, do I give you a handshake or a hug? What is this? I don't know. I'm doing it again. I'm so awkward.
Get out of here. Keep it going for Brian. Keep it going for Brian. All right, your next performer is lovely and hilarious. According to her Twitter profile, our next performer is a comedian, feminist, drunk motivational speaker, and host a BOC podcast. Look it up. Please say hello to Shelby Evans.
Hello. The mic isn't working, is it? Oh, it is? Oh, wow. Great. I'm glad it is. Hello. How are y'all? I feel good. I'm doing good. I'm dating someone new, and that's really exciting. So I tell them a lot of lies about myself to get them to like me. But I wasn't smart about it. I wasn't like, I'm financially stable. Got a good job. I didn't do that. Instead, I told him that I do yoga, and that is a lie. And the problem with that lie is that's a lie that you find out is a lie really quick, right? Like the first time that you guys have sex and he tries to take your ankle and put it up here and you just openly weep. It's like, you're a liar. And then I had to come up with another lie to hide that lie. I was like, it's not that I'm bad at yoga. It's just this sexual position is really emotionally triggering for me. I'm a liar. By the way, I came up with a name for that sex position, and it would be liar, liar, hamstrings on fire. It's hard. It burns. It burns. I live in San Francisco. It's a very weird place. You guys live here. San Francisco is a weird place. I live in a city where it's a lot easier to get fucked by someone dressed like a Care Bear than to get fucked by someone who cares. It's hard. Like, I could make an account or post an ad on Craigslist and have someone come over and play in my blood, and they would be there in 10 minutes, no questions asked. But if I want to go get coffee afterwards, they'd be like, Jesus, I'm not looking for marriage. It's San Francisco. It's a weird place. It's weird to be a woman. It's hard to be a woman right now in these times. On the one hand, I have to deal with crippling insecurities about my physical appearance, and that's really hard. And on the other hand, I look around this room at every man in here and I think to myself, I'm good. I'll be okay. It is hard to be a woman, though. I'm trying to learn to love my body. It's 2018 and society says I can now, so that's pretty exciting for me. But it's weird because I keep seeing all these ads that are using feminism and body positivity to sell their products, and that's very strange. Like the other day I saw this commercial and it was for makeup, and it was like, hey girl, you're beautiful and you're strong and you're independent and you don't need makeup. But if you did, maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she works really hard to look like that. I don't know. It's weird. It was weird. It is hard, though. I am learning to love my body, but it's weird because, some people's bodies are a wonderland. And I think my body is a little bit more of a Legoland. It's frequented by tourists who can't afford Disneyland. But we'll settle for a cheaper ride. I think that's, ooh, it's dirty. She's dirty. I do think things are getting a little bit better for women, and that's really exciting. Round of applause, ladies. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I forced you to clap for me. Thank you. It is exciting, and I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, I'm really looking forward to the day that I get to let a man come inside of me, and then immediately after I ask him, so you're on the pill, right? And if he says no, I can send him to Walgreens to get Plan D. If you don't know what Plan D is, that is where the pharmacist at Walgreens cuts your dick off. Thank you. Yeah. Oh. It's weird. I just got back from Texas, y'all. That's where I'm from, y'all. And while I was there, I went shopping for panties with my mama, as you do. And I was digging around in barrels and empty chicken coops. That's where they sell panties in Texas. And I was looking for the perfect pair of red, white, and blue underwear. That's all they sell in Texas. And while I was digging in the middle of the department store, my mom very casually said to me, I don't understand why y'all girls like to wear thongs. They go all the way up your whisper hole. Yeah. In the middle of a department store, my mom casually referred to her asshole as her whisper hole. And that's something I have to live with now for the rest of my life. Forever. And now so do you. It's a nice little gift that I've given you. How exciting is that? I'm pretty close with my parents. Maybe a little too close now that I think about it. But my parents are younger, and my dad likes to tell me cool things, cool new hip events that he's going to, and cool things he's heard about. And I want to read you guys an email that my dad sent me recently about this cool event. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but this is an email from my dad. Hey, sometime if you get a chance, stop by this office and find out info for this event. It sounds like a crazy, cool event in Nevada. I know one person who went to it before, but no real info other than that it's a bucket list thing for everyone. It starts late August. Art, music, living, themes. I'm not really sure how tickets work. It's called Burning Man. Love, Dad. And I want to let you guys know, I love my dad so much for this that I printed this out and I have it framed on my wall, and I value that picture more than my college education degree. I love him so much. I think that has been my time. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just hang out. Maybe I will not leave. I still have 34 seconds, but here comes your lovely host. Give it up for Natasha.
Yeah, Shelby's been great. She's been great. Our next lady is also a hilarious comic. Tonight's headliner has appeared at Cobb's and Punchline comedy clubs, won Tommy T's open mic competition, and competed in the World Series of Comedy. She's performed all over the world. Please welcome Jean Yee.
Hello, marINSANITY. marINSANITY, more like it. If I wait just long enough, you'll chuckle politely. Good to know. Good to know. People are usually chuckling politely at me in the classroom. I'm an English teacher. Hashtag failed Asian. I met this girl. She was like, oh my God, you're a teacher? Do you teach computer science? And I was like, racism level 3 out of 10. Right, other Asian in the studio audience? I see you. But I don't computer, so it was a compliment. So I was like, bitch, that was offensive. But thank you. I just moved back from Hong Kong. Appreciative murmur. That's how I like my comedy. I grew up somewhere much more glamorous. Fremont. Anyone from Fremont here, make some noise. Oh, hello, other Fremontian. I don't get to say my next line now, which is fuck Fremont. Oh. Except for you, sweetheart. You're welcome. Everything is, it's okay. Yes. marINSANITY. Yes. marINSANITY. No? No. Next joke. So, it's good to be back in the States, because overseas right now, it's like, I'm proud to be an American, just not at this point in history. It's good to be back. I only spoke Chinese until I got to kindergarten. I know. Oh my God, my English is so good. When I turned 5, my parents were like, white people cannot handle your Chinese name, shiznit. So they decided to name me Jane. First day of school, Dad spells Jane wrong. 30 years later, still Jean. But getting my name wrong for my entire life? Meh. It's okay. It could have been serious. I'm really allergic to penicillin. Like, my throat swells up, I can't breathe. More importantly, I can't eat. Chocolate. Men. Like, what if I had to go to the hospital and Dad had to write allergic to penicillin? I'd get to the operating room, the doctor would be like, wait, clear the room of pencils. Let's get Jen on the operating table? Use the short table, she's 2'5". While you're at it, can you give her the white people eyelids? Other Asian supports me. Other Asian is laughing. We're good. We're good. My parents owned a restaurant when I was a kid. No, not Panda Express. Popeye's Chicken. And when I turned 9, they decided they were tired of me freeloading off of them. And they put me to work in Popeyes. I love watching the audience reaction on this because white people are shocked and Asians are like, oh, look at Miss Fancy Childhood. People would come to the counter to order and they would be like, whoa, you work here? Welcome to Popeyes. How can I help you? 2-piece meal. Okay, let me tell my daddy. Daddy, 2-piece meal for the fat man, please. We wouldn't always get nice customers. We'd get the teenage jerk, like, hey, I'd like 2 chicken breasts, please. I like you. 2 chicken breasts for the misguided teenager toying with his inclination toward pedophilia, please. Anything else? Dude, no. Have a nice day. Reconsidering your life choices. Because I was 9, I got paid $9 a shift. When I turned 10, I got paid how much a shift? $10. You're the best studio audience in Marin tonight. When I turned 16, I got paid, you will work here when not in school so you don't get pregnant. It worked. My mom just learned how to text. I'm so excited, I never have to talk to her again. It's good because her voice messages are like, I have a quick question for you. Why are you not married? Just find someone. Anyone. Anyone. For good luck, find husband, wear red underwear. Oh, my red underwear has holes in it. Yeah, you can interpret that however you want. Mom, you can make your own damn grandchildren. Just kidding. I would never say that to my mom. Have you ever been backhanded so hard your SAT score drops 200 points? Other Asian. I know. All right, my time is almost up, but I will leave you with this. We had a pet parrot when I was a kid, and it could talk, and it was psychic. My mom would turn to my dad, open her mouth to say something, and the bird would go, why don't you ever buy me flowers? Caw. Smart bird. Tasted great. Thanks, you guys. I'm Jeannie.
Keep it going for Jeannie. Yeah, and the other comics we have tonight, give it up for Shelby Evans. Yeah, Brian Lucette. Yeah, yourselves. Yeah. marINSANITY, you guys have been great. This happens, I think, every quarter or something. You can talk to Jill about it. But you guys have been awesome. Have a great night.